Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. It is Wednesday, that time of the week again, for another edition of Fan Talk, your favorite podcast by your favorite fan. That is me, Kyle Brenchley, in the house on this Wednesday. Little cooler today, low 90s instead of upper 90s or hundreds like it was yesterday. Although, I will be honest with you, because of Pioneer Day, here in the state of Utah, they have a holiday on the 24th called Pioneer Day. I'll tell you a little bit about what I was doing there. I work for a television station, so we broadcast the big parade that goes through Salt Lake City on television. So I was working that yesterday. That is why this podcast technically did not come out on Wednesday. It is obviously Thursday today, but regardless, a lot cooler today than it was yesterday. Really fun. One of the biggest parades in the United States. Real fun. I had a good time and tried to stay cool as much as possible as you can in July, which is not always possible. But thank you guys so much for joining for another edition of Fan Talk. This is a podcast you can find on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon, and Apple. Wherever you get your podcast, I am there. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about on this week's episode. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share with your significant other or your crush or your neighbor, or anybody. Welcome, guys. I'm repping Team USA today because today's episode is all about the Olympics. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, let's start with the Fan Talk Fast Talk. All right. I ran a half marathon on Saturday for Bountiful Handcart Days. New personal best for me in the half marathon. Half marathon, of course, 13.1 miles. 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 50 seconds. I beat my record by almost 4 minutes. Is my second half marathon. Quite the improvement. Averaged a 7:09 mile pace. Felt really good. Finished 11th overall. A lot of work to do. I'm running the St. George half marathon in October. So I have about a little less than 3 months, about 2.5 months to prepare for that. I am aiming for 1:30 this time to shave off about another 4 minutes. A lot of work to do. I'm feeling really good. Great accomplishment. But the horizon is only the beginning. There was the Deseret News half full 10K and 5K that happened on Wednesday. Unfortunately, I could not run that. I wouldn't have run that anyways because I ran a half on the Saturday, but a lot of people run that race. It was really cool to see a lot of intense runners in that race, so congratulations to all those who completed that. All right, moving to baseball. San Diego Padres, Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter, only the second no-hitter in Padres history, as well as the second no-hitter this year. The Padres swept the Nationals. They got the 3-0 win. He threw a career-high 114 pitches, 44 fastballs that averaged 98 miles per hour. No-hitter. It was not a perfect game. There's a difference between a perfect game and a no-hitter. No-hitter means just no one hit and got on base. He did walk some people. A perfect game is no one gets on base. No one scores. No one hits. No one walks. No runs are scored. In 2024, there's only been 2 no-hitters so far this season. Dylan Cease, of course, got the one. And then on April 1st, which was pretty much opening weekend, Ronel Blanco from the Houston Astros got that one. To put this in perspective, last year in 2023, there was a total of 6 no-hitters. 3 of those were combined, which means multiple pitchers, not just one. So there was only 2 last year that were no-hitters. So congratulations to him. We might not see very many more the rest of the year. Maybe one more, but regardless, that is history in the making. And to the Olympics, the opening ceremonies kick off tomorrow, Friday, at 11:30 Mountain Standard Time. It would be, 7:30 in Paris. You can get all Olympic coverage on NBC, USA, and Peacock. Peacock's running some good deals right now, especially if you're a student. Go check it out. Download the NBC Olympics app. They have all sorts of content on there, recaps, highlight videos, schedules, updates, results, anything you got. Go check it out. They should sponsor me. They probably won't, but they should. I'm excited for the Olympics. Obviously, I'm wearing the Team USA shirt. They actually gave us this shirt in the parade yesterday because, if you did not know, Salt Lake City was awarded the 2034 Winter Olympic Games. It will come back here to Utah. They made the announcement yesterday. So in addition to the Pioneer Parade, we had Olympic coverage from 2 a.m. all the way to 2 p.m. It was a crazy day. Awesome time to be a Utahn, to have the Salt Lake Games come back to Utah. In 2002, I was only think I was really only 2 years old. I was born in October '99, and the Olympics were like February of '02. So I was only really 2 years old. I don't remember them at all, but should be fun. In the next 10 years, we'll have the Olympics back here in Utah. So that was the Fan Talk Fast Talk, a little longer because I kind of stretched the Olympics, but that's okay because we'll be talking Olympics all day today on the show. Moving forward, I'm going to be doing a segment every single episode talking about locals in the Olympics. So, of course, the Olympics taking place in Paris. There are a lot of athletes from Utah that will be participating in the Paris Olympics. You can get a full list on KSL, little plug here for the company I work for, KSLSports.com. It has a whole list of every single Olympian with a connection to the Beehive State. Today, I will highlight 3. So first, Jimmer Fredette. Jimmer Fredette is a celebrity here in Utah. Obviously, BYU graduate, played for the BYU Cougars in basketball, arguably one of the best basketball players, not just at BYU, but in the state of Utah and in Utah college sports history. He needs little introduction. Everybody knows Jimmer Fredette. He attended BYU, went on to go play in the NBA for a couple seasons with the Sacramento Kings, and then played overseas in Shanghai, as well as in Europe a little bit, in Israel. He will be playing in the men's 3-on-3 basketball. Now, this is really fun. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. Obviously, the rules are slightly different. They just play half-court 3-on-3. The pace is a lot faster. Jimmer, obviously, a great three-point shooter. He's improved his game on the defense and rebounding and being quick. The dynamics are a little different than 5-on-5 full court, but it should be fun. So watch out for Jimmer Fredette and the men's 3-on-3 basketball team. You can get the full schedule on NBC.com. The next one is kind of cool, and we're going back to running a little bit. I talk about running a lot here on the podcast because I am a runner, and it is on the mind quite a bit. Courtney Wayman. She kind of has a connection that hits home in more ways than one. Obviously, she's from Utah. She's a Layton native and a BYU graduate. She went to Davis High School, and I went to Viewmont High School, and we were rival schools. I think she was a grade older, and obviously the men and the women don't directly compete, and she would have blown me out of the water. She was a lot better than me and still is. Obviously, she's in the Olympics, and I'm sitting at home repping a shirt talking about her on a podcast. So Courtney Wayman, of course, went to Davis High School. She was incredible. She was the best, cream of the crop. 2016 Utah Gatorade Player of the Year, a 3-time UHSAA state champion, and an 8-time All-American, 4-time NCAA D1 champion. Wayman will compete in the women's 300 steeplechase in Paris. 3,000. It should be the 3,000 meter. That's 2 miles, about 2 miles around the track with the steeples every so many meters, and then you have to jump in the water too. That one's really fun. There's different tactics. You know, you can't just go out there and run. You have to time the jumps. You have to make sure you don't fall too much in the water. You can't trip. So shout out to Courtney Wayman. We'll be watching her as she does that. And the last Utah native that I want to talk about today here on the show is Shari Hawkins. She's a Utah State graduate. That is my alma mater, Utah State. Go Aggies. She is a former Aggie who obviously ran track and cross country up there. She'll compete in the women's heptathlon. Yeah, say that 10 times fast at the Paris Games. She'll take on 7 events over 2 days on August 8th and 9th. So, of course, similar to the decathlon in the men's, it includes hurdles, running, shot put, javelin, high jump, pretty much all the track and field events combined into one. She'll be doing that, and she'll be doing these 7 events. They take the scores out of all 7 and base the winner off of that. It's a fun event. There's some cool events, so go check it out. Again, I'll be doing this every single episode, highlighting some locals from Utah in the Paris Olympics. To get the full list, go over to KSLSports.com and search every Utah local competing in the 2024 Paris Olympics. There's a whole list here. And not only do they have natives, but they have people who are BYU graduates, Utah State graduates. Anyone who has a connection to Utah, they will be on there on the KSL Sports website. So let me know what you guys are most excited for the Olympics, which events you want to see. Again, the opening ceremony will be tomorrow, 11:30 Mountain Standard Time. A little different this year. Instead of parading into the stadium, marching in as the countries do. They will be riding on the boats on the River Seine, which will be kind of fun to see all the athletes rolling in on the boats. LeBron James will be the male flag bearer, and Coco Gauff, tennis player for the United States, will be the female flag bearer. Should be fun Olympics. Again, comment down below what event you are most excited for, and it should be a great time. We'll have Olympic coverage again on NBC, USA, and Peacock. It's going to be a great time. I love the Olympics. What a time to be alive, to experience the Olympics. It's truly been a summer of sports, and it will continue to be moving forward. Again, we're excited for the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, to come to Utah in 2034. Man, what a time to be alive. Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Fan Talk. A little bit short today, but I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Go out into the world, make the world a better place, and remember who you are. Fan Talks podcast, again, you can find on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Anywhere you get your podcast, I am there. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And remember, go USA. We'll see you guys next week for another edition of Fan Talk.